This is Wicked Rhody, a wicked good podcast about Rhode Island events and life. Hello and welcome. My name's Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us on this third week of July. Can you believe it, folks? The summer is just completely flying.
It's out of control. Out of control how much of the summer is already gone. My son's school, he's going to be going to kindergarten in the fall. They've already sent the back-to-school packing list. My mind is blown. My mind is blown. Prime Day came and went, and summer is halfway done.
Yeah, I feel like, when I was a kid, it was usually the first week of August because my family would always go on a camp trip. The first week of August, and towards the end of that, they would go clothes shopping and school shopping. You know, you get your new Trapper Keeper, you got your new clothes, you picked out the outfit for day one, and then the rest of the clothes you wore were just stuff from last year.
Yes.
So it wasn't as crazy. When was the official back to school shopping time for you?
Oh, gosh. You know, my mom was a teacher, so I really kind of feel like we didn't get...
October.
Yeah, right? Exactly. I'm like, we just kind of got what was ever left over from her shopping the previous year. We would do a little bit of the back to school clothes shopping, but I'm not going to lie, it's kind of that same thing. Like you have your first day of school outfit, and then I really feel like my parents actually waited to do fall clothes shopping when we needed it actually in the fall. You know, everyone does all these shopping in August and the kids are trying on the jeans and the long sleeves and everything, and it's like here in Rhode Island it doesn't get that cold until late September and even into October. So we didn't do that much back to school shopping, but now I'm gonna start. I mean, especially because my kids, they're growing so fast, so I'm gonna hit a couple of the back to school sales just so I can get a new pair of jeans, a new pair of shoes, and kind of bring it from there. Luckily, my son doesn't care too awfully much about clothing yet, so I think we're going to get away with not having to do too much shopping.
Now, not to make you feel like bad mom, good mom, when does he start school? Is it before Labor Day or after Labor Day?
Before. So we're in Cranston, and they start August 29th, which is a Wednesday. Yeah. And we're going to have our kindergarten orientation the week before. But because he is a kindergartner, I'm actually pretty excited about this. So he'll have a 3-day week, and then the next week he'll have a 4-day week. So I think it's a really nice transition for him. But I always feel a little weird starting before Labor Day. I'm not going to lie.
Well, down south, down Georgia, down Florida, everywhere else, they have, all sorts of camps that school starts beginning of August. Mm-hmm. I mean, in most cases, it starts before the colleges do.
Yes.
So it's really something, because you figure down there they'd wait until it gets a little cooler so they don't have to air condition the schools as much. But I guess when it's so hot out and, when you're in that environment, you just use it, year round. Because
exactly.
I can remember going back to school, even, the day after, a couple days after Labor Day, and you didn't need the air conditioners because it was not cool enough at night, would cool the school down, and you get out before the school really locked in the heat. But anywho, one thing that we have coming up next week, folks, the Best of Rhode Island party, it is almost sold out. In fact, if you listen to this podcast on Saturday or Sunday or Monday, it might be sold out.
Yep.
So don't wait. Make like a tree and get over to the website, and don't throw a rock in a house made of bricks to buy your ticket.
Right. Yes.
Any of those work? No. It's striking out early on this.
But it's
lovely.
It's a great party. You and I were just talking about how fun it is, especially because neither of us have to be working it this year. We get to go as winners, but whether you're winners or just guests and attendees of the party, it is so much fun. You get to see a lot of people, learn about a lot of things that you may not know about. And that's the really great thing about the Best of Rhode Island is not only, do the people from Rhode Island Monthly get to voice their opinions about the best in the state, but so much of it is based upon the readers. And it's finding these little restaurants and parks and doctors and all these different things that are like the little nooks and crannies of the state that so many people have vouched for that you may not have known about yet. And a lot of these things you get to try out, you get to see, you get to talk to the owners. It's all a huge party, a who's who in Rhode Island, and I cannot wait to go.
No, you're absolutely right. And they work it so that the pre-party happens on the stage, but there's also food trucks and fun stuff to do out on the square. If you're not going to the pre-party, the VIP element of it, they have the little, get together in the seats. They announce some of the big winners, and then everybody gets a copy of the magazine. There's food, there's music, there's dancing. And just for the sheer fact that you get to be on the stage of PPAC, which is unless you're a famous actor or actress or celebrity, it doesn't happen all that often that you get to go on the stage. So there you go. You get to take pictures on the stage and see all the behind the scenes. Do not touch the ropes, though.
No.
The ropes they don't touch the ropes. They guard those for the curtains and everything. Can't make that happen. Well, hey, listen, whether you tuned in while you're on the road working, getting errands done, attempting to touch the ropes at PPAC, or just hanging out and relaxing, if you hear something that piques your interest, head on over to our website for other links, wickedrodypodcast.com.
Now, we've been talking these past few episodes about how summers in Rhode Island are just jam-packed with good things. I mean, even this episode, you got to hold on to your butts, guys, because there's so many great things going on. This event that we're going to be chatting about for the Wicked Interesting, this is something that if you didn't know it happened, means you probably haven't been driving around South County, Rhode Island, because the advertisements have been up for, I feel like, half a year. Ben, tell us more.
It means you live north of the Blue Bug.
Yes. If you live north of the Blue Bug, you may not have seen all these signs, but we're talking about the South County Balloon Festival.
Absolutely. Hey, it's this July 20th through 22nd, so that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is the 40th anniversary of this incredibly popular summer event. The festival is presented by the Wakefield Rotary Club, and all the proceeds benefit a variety of charities, but nobody's getting rich off this thing. This is a genuine fundraiser. I've been once. I might try to go again if I can figure out how to get a helicopter for me and Mrs. DeCastro to get down there, because there are a lot of people down there. Mm-hmm. But this is a festival that features all sorts of stuff. What can people do down there?
Gosh, first off, they're going to be having the general summertime stuff of the food vendors, live music, but they're also going to be having a car show, carnival rides, crafters, tons of family entertainment, fishing pond, bounce house, so many great things. But here's the thing that makes it different is the balloon festival. So there are going to be balloon rides available. And if you want to go early in the morning to go see them, there's certain times throughout the day when you really get to see them take off and land. But if you've ever wanted to, A, take a balloon ride, this is the place to do it. But B, just to go and see all of these balloons take off at the same time, and I highly suggest you go, even if you're not someone who loves heights, to see them take off from the ground. It's fantastic. Roomful of Blues is actually going to be kicking off the festival Friday night, and Billy Gilman, who lives down in South County, he's going to be performing Saturday night, and it's really affordable. It's only $10.
Yeah, general admission is $10. Kids 10 and under are free all weekend. Mm-hmm. There's plenty of free parking. Tons. Which is great. It's right down there at URI.
Yep.
And, it's important to note that all the activities, of course, are weather dependent. Mm-hmm. And the balloons ascend. They don't rise. They don't float. They don't fly.
Ascend.
They ascend. In the mornings and the evenings only. They don't fly them during the midday. But it's really impressive. And it's not just like generic balloons. They have that little round teardrop, upside down teardrop shape. There are some funky shapes and funky colors going on there, so you definitely want to check it out. Make sure you bring a camera. Make sure you clear out space on your iPhone. Absolutely.
And it's really affordable. They're tethered balloon flights, so they're going to be going about 100 feet into the air. You get to get the gorgeous views of the festival grounds, URI's campus, South County, and it's $20 per person.
Oh, you can't beat that.
Right?
That's great.
And so, as I said, if you just want to go see them, they're going to send between 6 and 8 in the morning and then 7 and 9 at night. They're not going to be ascending all day because they've got all these wonderful other things going about. But you can walk about and see the balloons. You can do all sorts of things. But definitely, if you ever wanted to go, I think $20 per person is super affordable.
Yeah. Is it just one rope that ties them to the ground, or is it multiples?
That is a good question. Because
if it's just one, you can conspire with somebody to turn that into just a tethered ride to a full all-out experience.
Yes.
Wouldn't you like to glide in my beautiful balloon? You know,
look at you. Yes, I hear you. If this was my ideal day, I would go down to the beach, get myself some clam cakes and chowder at Iggy's, maybe a couple Doughboys, and then make sure that I go back in the evening, because if you're thinking about it, that 7 to 9 p.m., weather permitting, when they get to ascend, it's going to be illuminated against dusk. That's going to be when the sun is setting. Perfect time to go. Perfect time to go. So that'd be my plan if I can get a sitter. That's going to be my day date for sure.
It is the South County Balloon Fest, 40 years strong. Go check it out this weekend. That's our Wicked Interesting pick of the week. And now, here's the Wicked Fun in the 401.
So even though I've left Providence, I used to live there for several years. I now live in Cranston. Providence still holds a very special place in my heart. And this Saturday from 2 to 7 p.m., it's the Fox Point Folk Fest. Now, Fox Point, of course, is that kind of area with India Point Park and Wickeden Street. It's kind of like the RISD, hipster, artsy, fartsy, but really in a cool way kind of area of Providence. Huge fan. So what's going to be happening is Wickeden Street is going to be closed, actually, between East and Governor Street. They're going to, once again, have the food trucks. I mean, I feel like every event in the summer, every event year-round, if it's going to be a big event, is going to have the food trucks, because we have so many great food trucks to offer. But there's going to be beer, cocktails, tons of music. They're going to have bluegrass. They're going to have folk music. They're going to be having so many different types of music. Great sponsors putting on this event. A lot of local food vendors. We've got Gray Sail Brewing of Rhode Island, the Granny Squibb Company, the Fox Point Neighborhood Association's putting it on. So a nice place to go, hear some great music, and it's during the day. It's got your 2 to 7 time frame. So if you're just looking for something to do on Saturday, and Saturday is not supposed to be too hot, I will tell you that. It's looking like it's going to be a mild weekend. So I think it's a great time to go check out, get some food, and then you still have your evening free if you want to go down and see the balloons.
Saturday morning, if you're looking for something funky to do, it's not only this Saturday, but it's every Saturday. You can paddle with your pup. So get your pup on a sup, as in pup, as in puppy, on a sup, a stand-up paddleboard or a kayak with your pup. It's over there at the East Coast Paddle Sports in Wakefield. Mm-hmm. They do this every Saturday morning from 10 to 11:30, and it's pretty cool because they have experienced instructors there. You got to make reservations. You can't just show up. Make reservations. And they offer a pet-friendly paddling course, and they offer a new exciting adventure for you and your furry friend, beginning with land training. So they start at the very beginning. This is how you start from the shore before you start paddling and potentially make it all the way to Block Island. Now, it's an interesting element because obviously anytime you have an animal in the water, especially when it's not like a pool or a little lake where they're just running in and running out, you should have a life jacket on the furry critter.
Yes.
And the same thing for you. You should always wear a life jacket. They float, you don't. And this is a wonderful way to get your pup involved, especially if you like to take your pup everywhere. This is a good, healthy exercise you can do. You'll be exploring Point Judith Pond. And of course, obviously, with the other paddlers there, it turns into a real dog party with the dog showing the real meaning of what the doggy paddle is.
I love it. That sounds really cool. I, of course, don't have a dog, but that sounds really neat.
And I would not suggest taking your cat.
No, Lumos would be a little upset on the water for sure.
Plotting death.
So listen, the day that this episode comes out every Thursday. I want to let you know that if you're looking for something to do tonight, the night of this episode, you might want to head on downtown to Providence because they're having movies on the block and they're playing the cult favorite Pulp Fiction. Now, this, of course, is going to be happening about 6:30 to 11. You can head on over, get yourself some food downtown or bring a picnic dinner. Movies in the block. I mean, there's so many great outdoor movie venues, but I feel like this is one of the first ones that really kind of took off here in the state. And it's a little bit more adult aimed because it's Pulp Fiction. I feel like a lot of the outdoor movies, they're like Moana, The Little Mermaid. But if you wanted to go with an adult friend or on a date night or something, I would highly recommend checking this out. It's just down on Fountain Street, downtown. And so the movie itself, it's 2.5 hours long. It's going to start at sunset sunset, which is around like 8:15 p.m. But at 6:30, they're going to have the Little Bite artisanal cocktails, the Weenie Wizard, didn't even know, but that's a thing here. Ellie's Bakery, they're going to be having the ice cream macaroons. Really, really fun. And of course, it is weather dependent. So just in case it is raining, they will probably have like a rain date. But you need to bring your own blanket or beach chairs. Come early because the space is limited. And no pets, please.
Are they ever going to show Shine?
Shine?
Yeah, I think that would be a good movie on the block.
What's Shine?
Shine, Rachmaninoff, the story about the guy from, was it Austria? It's all about the musician who had his hands were big enough that he could actually play Rachmaninoff original compositions. Have you never seen Shine?
I have never seen Shine. How is this even possible?
Mary Catherine.
Seriously, what is going on?
You're like
I love Rachmaninoff.
I hope nobody from the American band is listening because they're going to revoke your membership.
Seriously.
You are being relegated to the clavs.
The fact that you've seen Shine is in a Muppet movie and I haven't seen it. I can't even handle this.
I've seen it in parts.
Okay.
The good parts. When the guy is being forced to practice beyond ridiculousness. Anyway, hey, great music in Shine and also great music at the Dockside in Newport this weekend. It returns this Sunday night. N-Train. If you've ever heard of this band, N-Train, these guys are truly really cool. It's kind of hard to describe the music.
Want me to pull it up for a second?
Why don't we do that? Why don't we?
Ooh. All right, I'm already down. I like this. I'll play it underneath while you chat if you like.
There are so many drums. They could sink a battleship with it. But they'll be down in Newport at the Dockside. These guys, believe it or not, if you've heard this song before, you might have heard it a few years ago because they actually used it during a Sylvania Light commercial. It was picked up nationally. These guys are from Martha's Vineyard. They have such great funky world beat sounds. Fun fact, I actually sat in with these guys, it must have been like 98 or so, 99, when they played in Providence during one song during a sound check and then had dinner with the band. A buddy of mine was managing them. But these guys just have such a cool sound. This is going to be a fun night. It's every Sunday night at the Dockside in Newport, but believe it or not, the drummer, Tom Major, who is an incredibly talented drummer, was sick. And so they had to cancel the first few weeks. So he is back. Everything is good, and nobody could replace him. So they had to say, "Hey guys, we're just going to hold off for a little bit till he gets back." It's just this amazing. Like if you took a giant pot and you threw in funk, world, jam, ska, reggae, rock, and then you just let it simmered.
Yep.
For like, I don't know, 20, 30 years, you have N-Train.
And this is the perfect type of music for summer. Let's be real. I mean, it gets you moving, gets you dancing. You got that like little bit of a sky reggae feel underneath, so you just feel like jamming. I love it. I've never heard of this group, so thank you, Ben.
And the saxophone players, one of the saxophone players they've had over the past, his name was Clem. And I respect anybody whose name is Clem.
C-L-E-M? Clem?
Clem.
Wow.
Clem.
That takes a lot of bravery. Good job, Clem. I love it. Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
That's our wicked fun in the 401. For a record, that last little jingle you heard was not N-Train.
No. Very different sound.
That was the grand band of, iTunes or...
some kind of royalty-free iTunes medley. That's for
Thank
sure.
you, and our appreciation to the person sitting behind that keyboard. What is going on in Wicked Family Friendly?
Oh, the Carousel Summerfest is happening at Slater Park in the Bucket. Good old Pawtucket. Saturday from 10 to 6 and then Sunday from 10 to 5. It's a 2-day festival. They're going to be bringing you crafts, food, entertainment, all together with the beautiful confines of Slater Memorial Park. If you guys haven't been recently, you need to go. It's one of the most beautiful parks in the state. There's going to be Zyda Groove like Zydeco music, the Jesse Liam Band, the Cool Banana Wig, Rock-A-Baby. And the whole idea behind this Summerfest, the Carousel Summerfest, is to assist in the preservation of their historic gem, this gorgeous Slater Park Loof Carousel. It's going to help generate funds to just keep up with the maintenance, the preservation efforts. You know, it's an awesome carousel that was actually built in 1895.
You mean 1995?
Nope. 1895.
That's a long time ago.
Way before Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Lion King, all those things from the 90s.
Long before Veruca Salt brought us Groove is in the Heart.
Groove is in the heart. Yeah.
There you go. With her Insano Zebra pants.
Yes. So 1895, guys. So we want to keep this carousel going strong, taking good care of it, and all the while you get to have a great time. So definitely check that out Saturday and Sunday throughout the day. And of course, obviously, it's very family friendly. And it's a free event. It's free.
Yeah, the other thing that happens, people don't realize this, is, we talk a lot about these events that happen in the summertime, and just because of where we are, a lot of them naturally happen on the waterfront. Mm-hmm. Now, Pawtucket does have some waterfront, believe it or not. They've got the Blackstone River, or which turns into the Seekonk River that runs through it. Slater Park is gorgeous. If you haven't been there, if you grew up like me in that area, you went to the Slater Park Zoo, remember Fanny the Elephant. And obviously that has all changed. They've done a great job at really over the past, 15, 20 years, making it this glorious place. If you get a chance, drive through it. There's plenty of places to have a picnic. You can go. There's playgrounds. There's the animal shelter there. And they have all these events. And on Tuesday night, July 24th, another wicked family-friendly event. It's their free summer children's performances featuring T-Bone. Now, he is known to audiences as America's musical Pied Piper. He performs and he encourages audience participation, including the T-Bone's Camp Muckalucka.
Muckalucka.
I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming that if I, as a 37-year-old, attempted to partake in Muckalucka, I would end up... bad. I would end up at Merriam Hospital. I'm not going to change the word. A variety of free children's performances happen all throughout the entire summer. It's presented by Pride Hyundai of Seekonk, and if it's raining like it was earlier this week, they move it inside.
Awesome.
So it's still a free event. It's still a free happening event, and these events happen on their stage, which is located between the park office and the Daggett House, which is, of course, from the tennis courts. Sorry, I'm still sipping down the coffee here.
Hey.
The tennis courts, and listen, if you're looking for a great place to play tennis, head on over to Pawtucket. Head on over to Slater Park. It's beautiful over there. Once again, presented by Pride Hyundai of Seekonk. Wonderful, wonderful event. It's free. It's free. You just go, and the Summerfest, if you want to check it out over the weekend, again, that's going to be fun too. Just a beautiful park.
So many fun things.
Hey, as we said in the beginning, everything we talked about today can be found on our website, wickedroadypodcast.com.
I was just going to say, Ben, I can't get over how many of these events are free. I'm just re-looking through our notes, and I know we're closing it out, but I cannot get over this. Rhode Island, no matter what, jam-packed full of fun, but in the summer, it's jam-packed full of free fun.
There you go.
Oh,
well, that's because they want you there, and money is no object when it comes to events here in Rhode Island.
Out of control.
It's literally, it's no object. It's nothing.
Who needs that money? Well, of course, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook, and if you search the hashtag Wicked Rhody, you probably are going to be seeing some hot air balloons flying up in the air. You might be seeing some things from the Carousel Summerfest. Who knows? You might be seeing people paddling with their pup. But you want to search that hashtag Wicked Rhody, and if you go to any of the events, please tag us. It helps other people learn about the podcast.
For advertising and sponsorship information, you can email us at wickedroadypodcast@gmail.com. And by all means, you can always leave us a review on the iTunes Store, on Google Play, on Facebook. Hey, if you just want to tell us what you think on Instagram, you can do that. That's fine.
Awesome.
We'll take the double tap and the love.
That's it. Well, folks, until next time, I'm Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro.
And you've been listening to Wicked Rhody. We'll have more for you next Thursday.